Vigneshwar, thank you for joining us at our special coverage here at FADA's Auto Conclave. Wanted to understand the implications of GST, changes that you guys would have, challenges and opportunities for the dealership and the fraternity.
We've been asking for GST rationalization for a very, very long time. Over the years, we've been talking about how GST needs to be simplified, and especially for the entry-level two-wheelers and four-wheelers, we wanted the GST to be reduced. So first of all, let me congratulate the GST Council from different states, and more importantly, the central government who came forward, who unified and who talked in the same language, saying that yes, the citizens need to be benefited, and not only in the automotive sector, they've been able to reduce GST throughout. And what's important here is when GST has come down throughout, inflationary pressures are lower. You have customers who want to go out and shop because psychologically they're thinking we're going to pay lesser GST, which is absolutely right. They get better bang for the buck. This helps in the circular economy. This helps in money circulation. So I think it's a fantastic reform, and this reform does not have implications just for this quarter, for the year. I think this reform would be having implications for the next 10 years. So thank you so much for the government coming together. However, we are very happy for the midterm and long term. In the short term, we have this cess. Cess, which was supposed to be paid by the end user, because we are carrying stock, it's been stuck with us, and we are speaking with the government right now as we are having these events. We've been dialoguing with them, we've been writing letters to them to make them understand that cess is not our burden. Cess was a burden which was there for the end user.
Correct.
And with our high value items and with very high cess rates, it's impossible for auto dealerships. We are calculating it to be upwards of 2,500 crores. We just don't have the means to absorb these losses. So we request the government to come up with clarity, because there's a lot of ambiguity about cess right now.
Correct.
If they can come up with some clarity regarding how they want to take this away, this burden away from us, which is not fair, it'll be great. Because this ambiguity is putting the brakes on how the retail market can support Naya Bharat, how we can go out and retail more vehicles. So we need this clarity so that this ambiguity doesn't exist anymore.
Got it. I mean, fair point. You talked about the immediate effect. You also spoke about the cess, and you also mentioned about the stocks that are, in the inventory level. What is the current mood across the categories, two-wheelers, passenger vehicles, and commercial vehicles, in terms of the current inventory? Because more customers would want to buy post 22nd September. How do you look at the entire scenario?
I think it's fantastic. There's been a lot of inquiries, a lot of walk-ins which are coming in, and this is an indication and a vindication of the reduction of GSTs, because whatever the government has thought is happening right now, and more and more customers, we have seen the walk-ins increase, the inquiries increase. Of course, customers right now are postponing their purchase decision beyond the 22nd, which means for the next 2 weeks, leading into Navratri, there is no activity in terms of retail, or lesser activity in terms of retail. A clear instruction and clarity from the government can really help us in mitigating this, in starting our retail activity quite early, and this would be really helpful. So that's what we are asking the government to give us guidance and clarity on the issues regarding cess.
You mentioned a very important point even in your opening remark about predictability, not just from the insurance players, the financiers, but you also advise the fraternity to keep the house in order with the documents, with clarity. What is the message going on in the fraternity? Say, we see a slight dip now, maybe in a week or two, but as the festive season coming, we also see a shoot. As the trends indicate, there are inquiries. How would you manage this lull period and then get ready for the festive, that demands that come up?
There is going to be a tidal wave of demand coming into our commercial vehicle, coming into our three-wheelers, two-wheelers, four-wheelers, everywhere. We as an industry need to be ready to serve the customer, whether it is the insurance company, the finance company, any of our supplier partners, the OEMs, the dealers. We need to be ready to service this customer. If we are not, then we're not making use of the opportunities provided. Because today, India has about 34. Our car ownership is about 34 per thousand citizens. In places like Norway, it is beyond 800. So we have a long way to go. We are still a nascent market as far as passenger vehicle penetration per thousand people goes. So there's a huge opportunity for us, and we can definitely make use of this opportunity. What we need to do is get our houses in order and be absolutely ready when the customers want our vehicles.
Lastly, I mean, in terms of digitization and the overall touch and feel of what customers are expecting, how are you training and adding more dealers, partners, and handholding them to get ready for the new wave of consumers, young buyers?
It is important right now to reach out to the rural markets and the urban markets at the same time, because before the rural market used to be neglected, but not anymore. Every manufacturer seems to be looking at the rural markets. That's number one. Digitizing our own dealerships, our existing dealerships are extremely important. Making sure we are digital savvy, making sure we are customer friendly, because a lot of dealerships are already in the forefront. A lot of dealerships need to get better. And more importantly, we are also seeing a lot of rural customers also become extremely digital savvy. So we need to get digital. A lot of us are already doing that. A lot of OEMs are helping us doing it. And some dealerships are independently getting more digital savvy. So we need to get there. We are getting there. And digital not only helps in terms of keeping customers happy, but also helps in reaching out to customers better. It makes our sale, the takt time, much lesser. So it's digital brings a lot of innovation. It brings us also a lot of efficiency.
If I can be a little more greedy and ask just one more question about the construction equipment segment, how do you see the mood there with a lot of monsoons and then the infra development that is happening? Both tractor and the construction equipment segment.
The tractor segment has been having a great growth this year.
Okay.
The tractor segment has sporadic lulls and highs. Right now it's a high. The monsoons are helping. More importantly, we also having the commercial vehicle segment even within FADA. We used to consider CE as part of CV, and in the last 3 months, our retail data, we've been able to split these two separately. Because we know that these are two very different industries. We probably need very different data and answers for them. So therefore, that's helping us out. Even more important is that commercial vehicle dealers and tractor dealers are quite different how they operate. Tractor dealers are usually very smaller in size, and they have a different set of challenges. Commercial equipment dealers are usually larger in size, and they also have different challenges. So we intend to have events specifically for commercial vehicle and tractors and commercial equipment dealers, and because their challenges are different. So in the future, FADA would be having perhaps verticals which are independent of our main body, and we tend to work with these.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
And wish you good luck with the show.
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you so much.